go. Let's get this all adjusted here. There we go. Haven't done this in a while. Get my volume, get all my settings up. What's up, everybody? The song is Intro by the XX. And if you didn't know, now you know. It's really all it is. But it's one of their biggest hits, one of their biggest songs. It is quite an intro, right? Yeah. I got a whole new setup that you can't see. That's why I look over there. Things have changed. But the more things change, the more they stay the same. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's see what we got right off the bat. There you go. What's up, Patty? I'm going to pull this up here. Yeah, what's going on? I'm back. New summer schedule. I got to be on a summer schedule. All right, let me set the settings here. Let's do the background. Let's get it a little darker. Okay, I guess that works. All right, that works. I can lighten it up a little. Yeah. I think so. All right. Yeah, so got kind of a new summer schedule. I'm going to be doing every other week. Although summer began a little while ago. You know how I am. You know how this goes. Yeah, as usual, I don't even know why I have to say this anymore. No Jack tonight, but it's just become so much a part of this intro that it's just something I have to say. It just doesn't matter anymore. So, of course, without Jack, I could talk to myself, but that never leads down into anything good. They always say it's not a problem if you talk to yourself. The problem is if you answer yourself. Then you got a problem. Prove me wrong. Although I'm sure we've all done it at one point in time or another. So, yeah, you know how this goes. This is what we do. This is what I do. I have some articles that I saw the headline to, and you're going to get a first-hand response because I don't read these. I just look at the headlines, and I read the article. Sometimes I don't bother because these articles are written sometimes so horribly. You got these, they're not even writers. They're not even journalists. It's like they just go to AI and say, write me an article, and it gets through. I could go down that whole rabbit hole about today's journalists, but nah, not going to bother. Let me check this out. Let me see. How do I make this thing a little smaller? Can I close this up? Oh, here we go. I think I can. No, I can't. Okay. Just trying to, I can move it up in the corner. There we go. All right. Yeah. So let's get right into it. I don't know. I have some lined up. I don't know which ones are what, but let me see if this even works now. Here we go. No. What happened? Oh no, not again. Ay. No, it's not going to do this. This was all done up right ahead of time. And now I have to, I had it all. I'm thinking like, oh, I got this now. I got it. Got this down. I can just do them in a row. All these articles, I have them lined up. And somehow I got disconnected in between everything. So I'll just do it this way. Add scene. Media. Just like I did before. Screen. Let's go with, no, I'm not going to go. Let's do this one first. Share. Okay. So what I do is I go to the article itself and I scroll so you can see me and I can see the article and see my new setup. I can see the screen as you see it over here. That's weird. over there. That's why you'll see me look to the left every once in a while. And I can also read the articles. So here we go. Let's kick off the show. Oh, by the way, welcome to episode 211, I think. Episode 211. Yeah. I don't know if we can see the chat. Let me come over here. What happened to the chat? Showing the stream. And it's back to that again. Let's see. Click it. Hold on. What the fuck? Here we go. What happened? I don't know. What the fuck? See, this is what happens. Let me go back over here. Let me open this up. It's supposed to be showing in the stream. Why isn't it showing? Where? Oh, here it is. Let's see. You can't see it because all settings, because it's background. Here we go. It was hiding. There we go. Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. But now let me move it up in the corner here. Yeah, I guess that'll work. That'll work. This is all fucked up already. Let me come over here, get rid of this. All right. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. All right, let me get to the article. 53 years ago today, greatest rock band of all time released its debut album. See, I see that. I see that. And Patty says, welcome home. Dave Phillips, black screen, yep. Black screens matter. Lives matter. It's always going to be a joke now. Yeah, welcome home. It's good to be back. Like I said, summer schedule. And it's not because of my weather and what I do in the summer, because it's always summer down here. It's always summer in Boca Raton. It's just after around October, it starts to change and there's no more humidity. And it's absolutely perfect weather until the following May. So my summer is hot. Your summer is hot. Mine's just more consistently hot. But hey, hot is hot. Unless you live in Boston or Massachusetts or New England, and well, it could rain 50% of the summer nowadays. So, and sometimes it drops to 40 and it's August, I think. Anyway, 53 years ago today, when I see something that says greatest rock band of all time released its debut album, I can't think. So when you think of greatest rock band of all time, what do you think about? I'm gonna give you a minute while I suck down some double turbo iced coffee, because that's all I drink. Greatest rock band of all time: Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin. You know, then it's everything else after that, right? Aerosmith, Pink Floyd. You know, there's a small list that can be labeled greatest band of all time, rock band of all time. So let's see what they got here. And I'm looking at the picture, and I already know who they're talking about. And that already tells me that the writer of this news, a trending news writer, that's what his title is, Men's Journal, Alex Hogler, trending news writer. When the fuck did that become a title? Hi, I'm Alex Hogler. I'm the trending news writer for Men's Journal. It's not really known for its music knowledge, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Dave Phillips, King of the 45, says that would be 1973. Okay, yep. On this day, 53 years ago, the, quote, greatest rock band of all time released their debut album and changed the music landscape forever. And Alex Hogler looks like he's about 27. So what the fuck does he know? The fuck does he know about greatest rock band of all time? Other than what maybe AI tells him. July 13th, so we're a little off, is a significant date in music history. 41 years ago today, the legendary Live Aid concert was held at London's Wembley Stadium and Philadelphia's John F. Kennedy Stadium. 70 years ago today, a 20-year-old phenom named Elvis Presley released two future hit songs, Don't Be Cruel and Hound Dog, just 11 days after recording both tracks in New York City. On July 13th, 1973, rock music experienced another historic moment when Queen released its first album. Queen is in no way the greatest rock band ever. I will fucking say this till I can't talk anymore. Every Queen album, if you can name more than two songs off of those albums, and you're not a Queen maniac, right? But every album that Queen ever released had one, maybe two songs for the radio. And the rest of it was fucking just fodder. It's forgotten. Those albums were bought because of those particular songs. Night at the Opera, Day at the Races, all those movies. All those, they were actually named after movies. Marx Brothers movies, as a matter of fact. You can't name more than two songs off of every album because they weren't the greatest band in the world. If I tell you to name two songs off of Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones, you're going to give me 4 or 5. Or Led Zeppelin's debut album, you're going to give me 4 or 5. Queen, you might be able to give me 2 songs off of each album that made it to the radio and were popular. So no, Queen was overrated. Queen had Freddie Mercury, who was a great frontman. They were great musicians who were good for their time in the 70s, but they did not age well. Queen, to me, did not age well. They are not even considered close to the greatest rock band in the world. They have no right to be labeled that unless there's somebody that's trying to be cool and trendy, like this fucking moron writer, who thinks it's cool to say Queen is the greatest rock band of all time. Evidently, this kid has never listened to Led Zeppelin 1 or Sticky Fingers or, let's just say, The Wall or any Pink Floyd album after Syd Barrett, per se, right? I mean, this guy's never listened to any of that. So this already set me off. And I always say this. I don't know why I do this to myself. It's fucking... Let me see. What does Dave Phillips say? No band that I know from that era comes close. Oh, to the greatest band, rock band. You're right. Dave Phillips, let me see, from 1973. Oh, there he is. Light Fingers, Perry Dedovich, the AI. He could have said great rock band, but greatest of all time is silly. Exactly. Steve Stevens, you shared... Let me see. Your shared screen is quite blurry. My shared screen is it's blurry? Is my screen blurry? What's going on? Let me look at my phone. Hold on. I don't like that. Let me see. Let me go to my homepage. Let's see. I'm live. Looks good to me. Let me look at my phone. Hold on. That's me talking. I don't like that. I don't like it either. Let me go to my homepage. I just went to my homepage. Let's see. I'm live. Live. I don't see it. Is it blurry? It's not blurry. You look at my phone. Hold on. Am I losing my mind? I don't like it either. Let me go to my homepage. I just went to my homepage. Your shared screen is quite blurry. Let's see. Steve Stevens, anybody else? I'm looking at my screen. Let me show you. Blurry. You look at my phone. Hold on. Am I losing my mind? You can't see it on my camera, but I just went to your shared screen is now I'm all messed up. Steve Stevens, anybody else? I'm looking at my screen. What is going on here? Stop. Stop. Jesus, that just fucked me up. That just fucked me. I did that and I fucked myself up. And I knew I was doing it. Oh boy. I have been away a little bit. I need more coffee. I don't see it. Now I'm all fucked up. I can't even get back to the article because I'm a nut when it comes to this stuff. Like everything's got to be right. Blurry. What the fuck? Mark Shannon says blurry. Oh, just kidding, JK. Don't do this to me. It's blurry because it's small. What are you doing to me here? What? It's always the same. It's always the same. It's nothing blurry. Maybe because I have the comments. But so what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do here? Let me pull it down. Let's do this. I don't know. Size. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Whoa. I don't know how I'm doing that. Radius. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I'm on the wrong one. Let's see. Let me get over here. Here, let's see. What the fuck? This, if you're listening to this on in your car stereo, it's because fucking Steve Stevens fucked me up. And now I'm all, is it still blurry? Why would blurry hallelujah? Mark Shannon's having a fucking blast with this. But I'm serious, I hate this. I hate when this shit happens. What the fuck? Chats. Size doesn't matter. Jesus, keep going, buddy. Keep going. Maximize what? I don't know what to do here. Like, it's better now. Yes. All right. Fuck, people. What are you doing to me? Hey. Let me see something over here. I think what's blurry? Is the picture blurry or is the comment section blurry? You got to be Pacific. You got to be Pacific about this. It's better now. Patty, so in other words, Patty, you thought it was blurry too. When you expand, it gets better. Well, that's what she said. Oh, that was way too easy. You know what? I lost all my fucking sound effects for some reason. I don't know. Can I get back to reading the words? Oh, the words. The sheds. Oh, yeah. Now Mike Hammerman comes in with a bunch of dots. Like, you guys are just having all sorts of fucking fun. I'm going to ignore this for a minute, and I'm going to get back to this fucking stupid article. The album featured 10 tracks, headlined by 3 hits: Keep Yourself Alive, Liar, and 7 Seas of Rye. No! Those were not hits. No. Okay, now Steve Stevens says the shared screen was blurry. The comments are clear. The shared screen is clear now. Sorry for the trouble. Oh, yeah, you're sorry, all right. Oh, you will. You're lucky I love you, buddy. You're lucky I love you. But getting back to this, Keep Yourself Alive was not a hit. Liar. In a short instrumental version of 7 Seas of Rye. What? This fucking dude. This was definitely written by AI. Anchored by Freddie Mercury's excellent vocal range. Gee, this dude's discovering something. And Brian May's command of the guitar. Now you know this is a fucking rookie when they talk like that. When you know they fucking this was AI written. This is no way this dude would write that shit. Excellent vocal range and Brian May's command of the guitar. Who fucking says that? No, nobody that has any type of music fucking sense or knows how to talk about music, like most of the people on this that are listening and watching, ever say, you know, Brian May's command of the guitar was amazing. Amaze. Get it? Amazing. I just got that myself. Queen soon emerged as one of the world's hottest music acts. The band released its second album, Queen 2, in March of '74, when bands used to actually put out albums. More than 50 years later, the band's popularity hasn't waned in the slightest. In a 2022 British fan poll, Queen was voted the greatest rock band ever. Jesus, who fucking put that poll together? That's what I want to know. So, okay. The British fan poll in 2022 picked Queen over the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, and Pink Floyd? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking serious? This is ridiculous. Oh, I should read these things beforehand, but no, because then it would be boring. You wouldn't get my fucking immediate response. Queen has sold an estimated 250 to 300 million albums. You know why? Based on 7 songs. Based on 7 fucking songs. One in particular that was made famous again from Wayne's World. Brian May was no Jeff Beck or Eric Clapton. That's right, Steve Stevens. Let me see. Mark Shannon, vocal god tier, 4-octave, Queen of Rock, Pure Velvet Thunder, unmatched range, power and soul, legend. That was an AI. Fucking Mark Shannon went right to ChatGPT for that one. Because I know for a fact he doesn't talk like that. Steve Stevens says Brian May was no Jeff Beck, right? Or Eric Clapton. He kept his guitar tone the same for every track, no experimentation. Exactly. They were fucking overhyped. Always were. I liked Queen in the 70s. In the 80s, This Thing Called Love was the last song I ever listened to by fucking Queen. I don't even listen to Queen albums. If a Queen song comes on the radio, I'm probably prone to turn it because they don't fucking do anything for me. And I love all music. They are just a good rock band that had a very charismatic frontman. But that was it. So I don't even know if I want to go on with this. Since launching their first album 53 years ago, Queen has sold and blah, blah, blah. In their 2011 rankings of the 100 greatest music artists ever, Rolling Stone ranked Queen 52nd. Appropriately 52nd. So, although I am not a Rolling Stone magazine fucking guy by any means, I used to be, now I'm not, but in 2011, they were still kind of normal. They still had a good reputation. They didn't go all agenda. They didn't go all political. Not like they did after 2015. But Queen is appropriately 52nd. I will give them that. Additionally, the magazine listed Freddie Mercury as the 14th greatest singer ever. Mark Shannon. Talking, what did you say again? Vocal god tier, 4-octave, Queen of Rock, Pure Velvet Thunder, unmatched range, power and soul, legend. Nah. Maybe so, but he's only the 14th greatest singer ever. What the fuck? You fucking people. All right. Do I get rid of that or just go to the next? Let me get rid of this. All right. Let's go back to the screen. Oh. Mark shit, it said grok. That's where he got that. ELO is better than Queen. Fucking ELO is better than Queen. I don't care what you say. There's more talent in Jeff Lynne's fucking left hand than the entire fucking band of Queen. That's all I'm going to say because Jeff Lynne is a fucking genius. Literally a musical genius. And they're not even ever mentioned. Never mentioned. None of it. All right, let's see. All right, let's get back into action. Let me see. Add a scene. Let me calm down. I really shouldn't drink that fucking coffee. But I guess you guys enjoy it, so there we go. Let me go over here. Now, see, I lost the fucking comments again. Can't wait for AI Freddie Mark. Showing the screen, and it does it again. Here we go again. All settings. It's going to do this every time. Background. Click it. All right, there we go. That'll stay just like that. And let's get rid of that. Move the screen over. All right, here we go. 48 years ago today, legendary rock band's classic album reached #1 in the U.S. It also peaked at #2 on the UK albums chart. Who are we talking about? On this day, 48 years ago, a prominent rock band's iconic album reached #1 on the Billboard 200 in the United States. Wednesday marks the anniversary of several milestone moments in the music landscape. On July 15th, 1972, Elton John achieved his first #1 album in the United States when Honky Chateau topped at Billboard 200. Another musician, I'll just say music artist, who didn't really have a lot of great songs on any one particular album, but had big fucking songs on those albums. One or two big songs. I don't know if that was a thing back then. Just give us one or two big songs and people are going to buy it just for that. So let's see. It was also on this day 14 years ago that PSI posted Gangnam Style on YouTube. Who cares? July 15th is also a special anniversary for Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. On this day, 48 years ago, the Stones returned to the top of the Billboard 200 with their new album, Some Girls. I cannot, I think everybody watching this, at least watching, I think maybe the youngest one that I would say out of the people I know in the chat is Light Fingers Perry Dedovich. And, I look back, I'm like, fucking, that album came out 48 years ago. But there was some good times, that fucking album. Steve Stevens, Mark Shannon, Mike Hammerman. The list could go on. There was every fucking party I went to had that album playing at one point in time or another. That was a big fucking album. Some Girls peaked at #2 in the UK album charts. Oh, but Queen is the greatest rock band ever. For the week of June 24th through the 30th, trailing only Saturday Night Fever. And I've said this before about the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. People forget, if they even had the album, which evidently everybody did, people forget that was a 2-record set. That was a double album, Saturday Night Fever. And there were 5 songs off that album, and I think 3 of them were from the Bee Gees that made that album what it was. Because the second album and the 2-record set has just regular disco, like nothing spectacular disco. But there's 5 songs off that album that made that album what it was, a 2-record set. So another overrated album. But it was a cultural moment, and so it became what it was. And good for them. And good for John Travolta for taking a back cut. Instead of getting paid up front, he took a cut of the soundtrack in his contract. Smart fucking move, because he made more money from the soundtrack album than he did ever from the movie. So whoever his agent was, fucking smart. The Rolling Stones completed recordings of Some Girls at Pathé Marconi Studios in Paris, France on March 2nd, 1978. The album was released on June 9th, featuring hit songs including Miss You, Beast of Burden, Faraway Eyes, Respectable. That is an album. Some Girls is an album that I consider a perfect album. And a perfect album to me is you don't skip one song. Now remember, I was just spinning some vinyl the other day. I played both, first 2 Oasis albums, which are both 2-record sets. Then I got into Steely Dan, Royal Scam, which is a very underrated album to begin with. Let me move this up a little. There we go. And I'll tell you what, you forget if you haven't played an album in a long time that not every song on an album is good. And you have 2 choices. You either just listen to it all the way through and put up with the mid-level songs, or you got to get up, go over, pick up the needle, move it over, and drop it. A lot of people forget that. They're like, oh, I got a turntable, and then as soon as you put it on the turntable, you realize I have been fucking spoiled for the last 25 years with fucking MP3 players. With just being able, cassettes even made it easy. Because cassettes, you used to have to time it perfectly, right? But then these stereos, these car stereos, came up with this technology that would stop the song at the end that you fast forwarded on. So we got used to all of that. When you go and play an album, again, if you're in another room and you hear a song like Steely Dan, I'll say that for instance, Royal Scam has great songs on it, but they're not all hits. They're not all songs I own. So I was in the other room and all right, you let it play through and you enjoy Steely Dan. But it's not that easy if you're really into it. You have to, that's why growing up, sitting in the beanbag chair, right in front of the stereo, with the fucking album in your hand, the album cover, and you're studying it, and you didn't like a song, you just kind of get up, lean forward, right across, then, yeah, next song. So, all right, I digress. Steve, Faraway Eyes is a masterpiece. There's actually a story behind Faraway Eyes about a blind girl that got Keith Richards out of a lot of trouble in Canada. Maybe I'll tell that story next week, but it is based on a real person. I'm not Shannon, shut the fuck up. No, you shut the fuck up. See, I'm the host. I can talk. People are going to hear me. I don't even have to read your comments because the people listening in their car, they don't even know you exist. Mark Shannon. Steve Stevens, a bunch of blokes from Liverpool doing a country and western satire to perfection. Yes. Yes. Now, what's the other song? Dead Roses, Dead Flowers. That's kind of a country song, right? Mark Shannon, I'm young, staying alive. Yeah, you certainly are. Keep staying, buddy. Keep staying. All of you. In their updated 2023 rankings of the 500 greatest music albums ever, Rolling Stones placed Some Girls at number 468. Ooh. All right. The highest ranked album by the Stones on the list is Exile on Main Street. Took the number 14 spot. That's hard to argue with. See, this wasn't a bad article. This wasn't, and it was by the same guy, the trending news writer, Alex Hogler, for Men's Journal. Yeah, okay, let's get back to the comments. Let me get back over here. All right, I'm back. Let me see. It does not have to be a hit for me to like it. Radio play degrades a great song, and that's true, Steve Stevens. Bill Aldrich, my man. What's up, buddy? Says you go, Scotty. That's right. That's right. Steve Stevens has a great point. Doesn't have to be a hit. So that's why I say albums like Some Girls and albums like The Waterboys, This Is the Sea, or Sinead O'Connor's debut album, The Lion and the Cobra, or The Pretenders' debut album, or The Doors' debut album. They're perfect albums because every song is good. Every song on there is not one skip over on any of those albums that I mentioned. None. So that's the problem with a lot of that's very few. That is the exception to the rule. But the Rolling Stones, for the most part, which is why they're the greatest rock band ever, if they put on an album with 12 songs on it, you're prone to listen. I'm fucking, the coffee's coming up on me. I'm like, you're prone to listen to at least 8 out of the 12. And then, so if that's the case, then you just put up with it. Mark Shannon, One is the Loneliest Number. My sister Diana Elizabeth, one tempo over and over. Pick up the needle and move over and over. Yeah. Yep. That's what we used to do, man. That's what we used to do. All right, let me see. What else do we got? Let me get rid of this. See, I had this all lined up. I don't know. Okay, add a scene. What time is how I'm already 35 in. All right. All right, let's see what this one is. Now I gotta go back over. Every time I do this, it didn't do this before. Oh, I got the wrong mouse too. Didn't do this before. There we go. And I do this for you people because you like to see your comments so you can bother me. I know you. I know why you do what you do. There we go. Move it up. Size. There we go. Let's keep... So you can really read your comments, Mark Shannon. Love the Doors, all their songs. Say, I wouldn't say all their songs. I mean, you would. Okay. And I'm not going to argue with you. That's... But I don't know about all their songs. There's some albums. Maybe 75% of the songs. And I love the Doors. Do not get me wrong. I am a huge Doors fan. I still think they're very underrated. They're popular and they're famous, but I think in the big picture, they're a little underrated. I wouldn't know about all their songs, though. All right. Well, that's your thing. Steve Stevens says, my example would be Black Sabbath, Paranoid. If I hear that one more time, I will be very angry. Very angry indeed. I will be very angry indeed. There you go. You know what? Hold on one second. I'm going to go dark for a second. Hold on. I'm going dark. I'm back. Hold on. Since Steve Stevens mentioned Martin the Martian, I got to show him this. Here you go. Can you see it? Let's go full screen. Let me see. Can you see him? There you go. Canine. That's Martin the Martian's dog. How do I get this off the whole screen? Does the screen look bigger? Did I just make the screen bigger? Oh, it doesn't do me any good, though. So, no, it'll stay that way. Yeah. Canine. See? Let me see. There he is. I got it all, buddy. I got them all. This thing, good luck finding one of these, by the way. He's even got the shoes. He's got the tennis shoes. You can't find these. I got this in the Warner Brothers store. And they closed down fucking 20 years ago. You can't get those anymore. But it's my boy. That's my boy. All right, where was I? All right, I'm back on that. That's there. All right, 1980 classic voted the greatest guitar solo of all time. See, here we go. Matthew Thomas, another trending news writer. The voting result elevated one unforgettable performance above decades of iconic guitar solos. Steve Stevens, where was the kaboom? There has to be an earth-shattering kaboom. That's great. Here we go. April. What's up, April? When people talk about the best guitar players of all time, names like, of course, Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Eddie Van Halen, B.B. King, Brian May, and Eric Clapton. See, there's that Brian May thing again. Often come up. But another monster of rock history, David Gilmour, surpassed them all in a fascinating vote. His iconic playing in Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb was named greatest guitar solo of all time by guitarists. Now I'm with him. Now I'm on board with this dude. Okay? Matthew Thomas is trending news writer. Matthew Thomas is definitely onto something with this, because that is an unbelievable guitar solo. Now, recently, as of within, I think, probably the last 10 years, this thing happened when Prince does While My Guitar Gently Weeps at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that whole thing for George Harrison. That, at that time, and it still is considered the greatest guitar solo of all time, but it's not in the context of an album. So could you put those two together? No, you can't really match them. Both are phenomenal, but I think Prince doing that guitar solo in My Guitar Gently Weeps, and if you've never seen it, just go into YouTube, type in Prince while my guitar gently weeps, and you will see, arguably, so we'll say arguably, the greatest guitar solo in the history of music. And what a moment. I mean, that was, it's really still fucking goosebump worthy. Who ranked Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb the greatest guitar solo of all time? Originally released on Pink Floyd's album The Wall in 79, Comfortably Numb became a single in 1980. Decades later, it was still named as the greatest guitar solo of all time. Take that, fucking Roger Waters. You piece of shit. He must hate that. He must fucking hate this. That David Gilmour has that on him. Steve Stevens, Prince was so underrated as a guitar player. Yes. Let me see. Mark Shannon, it's blurry. Fuck you, Mark Shannon. Fuck you. Gonna take Jughead Rhodey for a walk. You're the best. All right, buddy. I love you too. He's like a big brother to me. Me and Mark Shannon have some stories. We have some stories. Yeah. It was the 80s. It was the 80s. Uh-huh. We got some stories. Anyway, we both cleaned up our act, fortunately. The article noted that the song features 2 solos from David Gilmour, but the second part, and without even reading the article, was the one, with most fans preferring the first one. Okay, the first one? All right. The outlet detailed several elements. Yeah, that's right. It was the first one because the second one is kind of toward the end, and it's Gilmour's solos on the track that are worthy of major celebration, including that he extracted all the excitement he could from every note. It also praised the solo for having all the excitement of an improvised performance and all the structure of a careful composition, which is a great analogy. It's a great way to look at it. For people who aren't guitar experts, there are simple reasons why Comfortably Numb guitar solos that you can feel in your bones. First, unlike solos that seem intent on impressing you with how fast they are, the song's solos are about emotion, not showmanship. Just as importantly, the solos build as if they are telling a story, which somehow manages to fit both the song and the album. It was formed to perfection. The fact that the solos stand on their own, but also complement one of the most cohesive albums in rock music history makes them a masterpiece. Now, let's do this. Here it is. The full list, guitar players' greatest guitar solos of all time. So these are guitar players that picked these songs. Gary Moore, Still Got the Blues from 1990 at 20. Metallica, Fade to Black, 1984. Kirk Hammett. Steely Dan, Kid Charlemagne. I was just listening to that yesterday. Cream, Crossroads, Eric Clapton from 68. Eric Johnson, Cliffs of Dover, 1990. Prince, Purple Rain. Can't argue with that one either. Deep Purple, Highway Star. Would that be okay? 1972. I'm not arguing with that. Richie Blackmore. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. Child. Yeah. Slash from 88. Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train by Randy Rhoads. Right, guitar solo. Michael Jackson, Beat It. Okay. Eddie Van Halen. I'm not going to argue. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Eric Clapton. I would switch that. I would put Prince next to that. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show. Terry Kath, 25-6-4 from Chicago in 1969. At number 8, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Freebird. Yep. Now, see, the thing about Freebird is there was kind of a double guitar thing going on there, right? Alan Collins, primary, but there's a double guitar thing going on with Freebird. But the primary guitarist was Alan Collins, so later of the Rosington Collins Band, right? Number 7, Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing. Okay. Very low-key guitar solo. A guitar solo nonetheless. All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix, 68. Yep. Number 5, Hotel California. That's another, so that's a double one. Don Felder and Joe Walsh. Is that a guitar solo? I don't think that's a solo. You got 2 people in there. That needs to get tossed. I don't know why they would put that in there. That's not a solo. Would you agree with me? Right? Yeah, that's not a solo. Well, they put it in number 5. Idiots. Number 4, Bohemian Rhapsody, Brian May. Okay. That's the song that sold them out of those 250 million albums. That's the song that sold 150 million albums. I think that's a big reason. Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, Jimmy Page. Can't argue. Van Halen, Eruption, Eddie Van Halen from 78. And at number 1, Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb. 79, David Gilmour. What's time am I at? All right, I think I got time for one more. Here we go. I'm back. Let me see. I love Rhodey and Mark. Yeah. It's okay. They're okay. I'm talking to Steve Stevens. I'm having a private conversation with them on a live, podcast. Anyway. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's just go over here. Let's add a scene here. Media. Let's kill this last article. And I got to go back and do what I did before and put the fucking article up there. Share. And go back over here. Chat. Put it on. This wasn't like this before. People fucking messing with me. All right, there we go. Now I got to do all settings. No, it's not going to let me do it. All right. There we go. All settings. Back. I wish I could just set this to be normal. There we go. All right. Put it up there. Santana. Woodstock. I'm not a big Santana guy, so I can't really agree with you. Oh, Todd. Big Head Todd, the Wet Sprockets here with 13 minutes left. And I had sent him actually a text message. So you can listen to the replay on your way to work tomorrow. Big Head Todd. Light Fingers, Perry Dedovich, the AI. I would pull Prince, Purple Rain off that list, but that's just me. Sounds like things are going just great, Big Head Todd. Well, they were, and well, they weren't really. No. I'm not gonna lie, they weren't. There was a little bit of an issue at the beginning. Steve Stevens fucked me up. You'll hear it on the replay. He had me all upside down. All right, let's go with this. Let's see what we got. 52 years ago today, a 1974 track voted one of the worst songs of all time, hit number 1. It was a massive commercial success, but decades later, it has been ranked in more than one list as worst songs. A strange 1974 song from a pop group became a massive commercial success and topped the charts 52 years ago today. Even though it initially connected with listeners, it has since become infamous and has been voted as one of the worst songs of all time. In April 1974, Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods, oh, here we go, released a song that would become their trademark. Billy, Don't Be a Hero. I would usually play this song, like, just so people can. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. There was this thing, and the people watching, again, maybe with the exception of, all right, Steve Stevens, talk to you soon, my friend. He's signing off. Other than the exception of maybe Big Head Todd and Light Fingers, Perry Dedovich, the AI, there was this thing in the 70s at a certain point, like for a 2-year run, where they were big on these story songs, like The Night Chicago Died, Billy Don't Be a Hero, what was it? The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, Ode to Billy Joe, there was some other song, fucking the horse, the Shannon is gonna Wildfire, fucking Wildfire. She ran calling Wildfire. Like these songs that told stories were like a big deal. Like it was the thing, Convoy, even the song Convoy. They told a story, and it was just the rage. Everybody's listening. They were on the Casey Kasem's American Top 40 every week. It became, and then all of a sudden that shit died, and you look back all these years later, and you're like, that was garbage. That was total fucking garbage. which they are. I don't think anybody goes back and listens to them. Beyond its run, let me see. So after climbing the charts, the track finally hit number one on June 15th, 1974, and it stayed on the top of the total for a total of 2 weeks. Beyond its run at the top, Billy Don't Be a Hero became so popular, it was considered one of the top songs of the 70s. We'll say it says the era, but in September 2025, Billboard named it the 6th biggest song of the summer of 74. It was even ranked higher on that list than the legendary song by Elton John, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. I'm not even going to go into this whole thing. Let me see what this says. This could be a rabbit hole. All right. How do I get to this? 1958 to 25, the top 10 tunes of each summer. Okay. Let's see. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to go to the list. Is there a list? This is 58. How do you 59? Oh, Jesus. Let's get past all that shit. Let's start at 65. The number one song of the summer was Light My Fire. 67. 68. The number one song of the summer was This Guy's in Love with You, Herb Alpert. That's a great song. 69. Zager and Evans. The summer of 69. The number one song was In the Year 25. 25. Look at that list in 69. I'm going to go 1 through 10. So it's In the Year 2020, 25. Honky Tonk Women by the Stones. Crystal Blue Persuasion, Tommy James and the Shondells. Love Theme from Romeo and Juliet, Henry Mancini. Spinning Wheel, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. One, Three Dog Night. Good Morning Starshine, Oliver. What Does It Take to Win Your Love? Junior Walker and the All-Stars. Sweet Caroline. Neil Diamond and A Boy Named Sue. What a fucking summer of music that was. Jesus. Look at that fucking top. That's a playlist in itself. I might go make this playlist. Let's see what's 70. I can relate to these better, but 1970, Close to You was number one that summer. Mama Told Me Not to Come, Three Dog Night. Make It With You, Bread. Ugh. Fucking beta male music. I already ranted about that one, so I'm going to pass that one up. The Love You Saved, The Love I Found, Jackson 5. War. Huh. Good God, y'all. Edwin Starr. Ball of Confusion. Temptations, never liked that song. That was never one of. Band of Gold from Freda from ABBA, right? Spill the Wine, Eric Burden of War. Signed, Sealed, Delivered, Stevie Wonder. In the Summertime when the weather was hot. Mungo Jerry. I don't listen to that song either. All right, let's get into 71. Now I'm in a rabbit hole. So 71, the number one song that summer was How Can You Mend a Broken Heart by the Bee Gees. It's Too Late, I Feel the Earth Move, Carole King from Tapestry. Indian Reservation, The Lament of the Cherokee Reservation Indian, The Raiders. Wasn't it Paul Revere and the Raiders, or was it just the Raiders? You Got a Friend, James Taylor at number 4. Mr. Big Stuff, Gene Knight at number 5. Number 6, Take Me Home, Country Roads, John Denver. Big 4th of July song in St. Augustine. They always have this playlist that they play before the fireworks. That's always on it. Number 7, Don't Pull Your Love, Hamilton, Joe Frank and Reynolds. Dragging the Line, Tommy James at number 8. Dragging the Line. I think that's it. Number 9, Treat Her Like a Lady, the Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. And number 10, Signs, 5-Man Electric Band. 72. These are great. This is like a Spotify playlist. 72, Alone Again, Naturally, Gilbert O'Sullivan, maybe the most depressing song ever written. Dude, if you listen to the lyrics, talks about fucking finding this tower. He's going to climb the top, and he's going to fucking kill himself. He's going to jump off and kill himself. Listen, look at the lyrics of that song. I've gone over that before. That shit's fucking dark, but everyone loves it. In a little while from now, it's got to make a little more sound. Shut the fuck up. Glad you didn't kill yourself, though. Glad. Brandy, Your Fine Looking Glass was number 2. Lean on Me, Bill Withers. Replying to Diana Elizabeth on Three Dog Night, by the way. Bad Leroy Brown. Let me see. Got to sign on. Okay. Lean on Me, Bill Withers. That's an overplayed song. Number 4 in 72, the summer of 72. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Luther Ingram. Okay. Too late to turn back now. Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose were on a roll out of those 2 years. Long Cool Woman, the Hollies at number 6. Number 7, Daddy Don't Walk So Fast, Wayne Newton. Number 8, I'm Still in Love with You, Al Green. Number 9, Song Sung Blue, Neil Diamond. And Where Is the Love, Roberta Flack. Where is the love? Oh, there you go, 1973, Bad Leroy Brown, Jim Croce. Number 1 song of that summer. Will It Go Round in Circles, Billy Preston. Brother Louie, Stories, Touch Me in the Morning, Diana Ross. The Morning After, Maureen McGovern. At number 6, Live and Let Die, Wings. Number 7, Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth, George Harrison. Number 8, Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye. Number 9, Kodachrome. Number 10, Yesterday Once More. Wow, I mean, these are fucking great. I don't know. They don't, summer music isn't what it used to be, I guess. Maybe it is to this generation. I don't know. It stopped being that in the 90s, maybe the early 2000s, I think it stopped being that. 1974, Annie's Song, John Denver. Number 2 is Having My Baby, Paul Anka, Odia Coates. Number 3, Feel Like Making Love, Roberta Flack. I feel like making love to you. All right, enough of that. The night Chicago died. There you go. There's that fucking story song. Rock Your Baby, George McCrae. Number 6, Billy, Don't Be a Hero. See? Right? See what I mean? Fucking, I was right. These fucking story songs were the rage. Tell Me Something Good, Rufus featuring Chaka Khan. She was so fucking hot back then. Chaka Khan was a fucking babe in the 70s. Don't believe me? Go to Google her. See, Chaka Khan in the 70s, fucking babe. I was never really into black girls, but she was a babe. I'm just saying, I'm not racist. I like Asian women. It's not a thing. It's just something that just preference. Just take. I don't know. Fuck whatever I'm saying. Rock the Boat, Hughes Corporation at number 8. Number 9, Sundown, Gordon Lightfoot. Number 10, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. I could go on, but I'm not. I can maybe pick this up next week too. Let me see how I do this. Let me see. I'll save this. All right. I'll pick this up. Well, if I do next week, it's most likely every other week, but maybe if I'm not doing anything Thursday night, if I'm not barbecuing or doing anything like that. But yeah, let's wrap that up. What was this? Strange pop sensation climbs to the top of the shot. Bo Donaldson. Now get rid of that. And I'm back. All right. Well, that's it, everybody. That's the show. That is the show. Dr. Vera just got home. Bill Aldrich, sing on, my friend, sing on. You don't want me singing. Big Ed Todd, man, the F-bombs are flowing. Well, I read these articles and I get upset. I'm not. And Todd, see, Big Ed Todd knows me. And most of you know me. I don't make this shit up. This is how I talk normally. If you get me going on something, well, if I'm not in a mixed audience where I have to kind of tone it down, this is what you're going to get. But I'm comfortable with you people. You people. See, you can say that now, and it's not politically incorrect. You can say you people. But you people are my people, so I can say it. And with all that, my friends, it's good to be back. Episode 211, summer, maybe every other week. We'll see. Maybe someday Jack will come back on and I can kind of yell at him. I'm working. I need a beep machine to beep out the F-bombs. Oh, why are you working? What time is it there? It's 5 p.m. Why are you working? Patty Yossi says, thanks, Scott. Great show. Thanks for the laughs. No problem. Bill Aldrich, you sound like a Bostonian. I never lost it. I never lost it. Although, when I first went in the military, Big Head Todd, the Wet Sprocket, probably, he was my first friend in the military, really. And we've been friends ever since 1987. And although we're on different coasts, we're like brothers. It doesn't matter. Distance doesn't matter. especially with technology. But he told me that my accent when I first went in the Air Force was wicked Boston accent. He said, I've lost a lot of it over the years, but I'll never totally lose it because of people like Steve Stevens, Mark Shannon, all those people up in Boston. They keep it hanging around. So, all right, I won't babble anymore. With all that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like it, share it. If you didn't like it, well, thanks for watching and listening for an hour and 1 minute. I appreciate it. And with that, as I always say, doing the show for you, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. Maybe I'll see you next week, at the latest 2 weeks. Have a great summer.